Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena Joy, for any of you who don't know me. I make videos on this channel mostly about the queer community, sex, dating, relationships. I interview various experts on my show Sleeping Around. But sometimes we participate in internet dialogue, commentary, and try to find out if all lesbians think the same. This video popped up for me and I haven't watched any of it, so I don't really know what it's about, but the question piqued my curiosity. Obviously, spoiler alert, the answer is no. All lesbians do not think the same. But there are some shared experiences that I would assume would make us as a group more similar than different. So I'm interested. Let's find out.
Scissoring is a real thing.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, they just jump. Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay, I don't know where to start with that. That's just the intro, so they're gonna get into that one later and we can get into it more then with them. What I will say is that that seems about right. The amount of lesbians who said, yes, it's a real thing, to know it's kind of not a real thing. We'll talk about it more when we get there. So it looks like they're going to say thoughts or opinions or experiences, questions, and then you move toward the red to indicate how much you disagree, and you move toward the purple to indicate how much you agree. I have fallen for a straight best friend. This to me, I don't think it's as common as people might believe. I think a lot of the time you fall for a straight best friend and then it turns out that that best friend isn't so straight after all. As a community, I don't think we're out here trying to turn straight girls, you know? It sounds like a lot of work and emotional labor. Okay, majority say no, they have not.
I think when I was younger, I was like obsessed with my best friends, specifically like girl best friends.
Hey, Taryn! That's Cammie Scott's wife.
If I had found out that someone I was interested in was straight, I'd be like, that's it.
I had a lot of internalized
Yes,
homophobia.
exactly.
And all my friends were always queer growing up since like elementary school. So for me, I think I never gave myself that opportunity to like fall for a straight girl.
I have similar experiences to both of these women where I don't find myself attracted to straight women a lot. I'm trying to think if I've ever been attracted to somebody who turned out to be straight, like genuinely attracted to somebody. And I'm struggling to think of an example because of what this person is saying. All of my people who have been my closest friends, like from a young age, have all turned out to be queer for the most part. So before I even knew I was queer, I surrounded myself with queer people. So it didn't give me a lot of opportunity to fall in love with a straight best friend.
I've lost a lot of friends for coming out because it's like, oh, like Kaylee, she's a lesbian, she likes it. No, that's not how it is.
That's actually a really important point. This whole like falling in love with your straight best friends trope, it's kind of harmful in a way because of what Michaela, I think she said her name was, just explained, that like when everybody thinks that queer women are like attracted to every straight woman that they meet, there's like this predatory kind of undertone, and that's where you get this situation where as a queer woman you come out to a straight friend and that straight friend becomes uncomfortable in your friendship because they assume that that means that you are attracted to them or pursuing them or checking them out all the time, or that things have been inappropriate and that they just didn't know about it until now, which is like just not how it works.
But before we get to the rest of the video, me and Julio want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this week's content, BetterHelp. We are at the end of February already of 2025, and I feel like this is the time where everything can feel quite overwhelming because there's been these expectations to make immediate and dramatic changes in the new year. And then if we find ourselves not being able to live up to these expectations, there's feelings of failure, there's shame. There can also be feelings of stuckness, right? Feeling like nothing will ever change when you really want it to. Those are all things that therapy can help with. Therapy's ability to help you untangle external pressure from internal values can be life-changing. And BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. All you do is fill out a questionnaire and you'll get matched with a licensed professional therapist within a couple of days. Plus, BetterHelp is fully online, making it convenient and accessible. They have a network of over 30,000 qualified therapists therapists. They have over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 star rating on Trustpilot. And when you sign up and you match with a therapist and you get started, you can go and have a session with that therapist, have 2 sessions, have 5 sessions with that therapist. And if you decide that they're not the right fit, you just click a button and you'll get matched with a new one. So start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. You can go to betterhelp.com/Elena to get 10% off your first month.
Scissoring is a real thing. 3,
Okay,
2.
scissoring is a real thing, like hard agree. But they,
Wow, I'm shocked.
okay, we've got mostly strongly agree.
Some people, especially, maybe cis men that fetishize lesbians, will see porn and they're doing things that, like, you don't do. Like, that's not something you do. But it is real, and I mean, it's validating people that do it, but it's also, like, it's not what you really think.
There's no, like, rule book of, like, how to be intimate with someone. It's your connection with your
I'm so
partner or the
curious what
person you're messing with.
the people who said no are
I think
gonna
I'm gonna
say.
switch, because
Oh,
I've personally only been with
She switched.
2 people, being queer. It personally didn't do much for me. That's why I wanted to switch, because I do know it's real, because I have done it.
Everybody's body type is different, meaning every angle is different. And you really have to do it multiple times until you get it right. It's like everything. You do stuff until you learn what you like.
yeah, listen to her. I'm trying to think how like explicit I can get here without getting in trouble from Daddy YouTube. I think where we get confused is when, because the scissoring motion, right? People do this. Right? Oh my God, you should probably blur that. I'm doing like a bouncing kind of motion, which is like, how could bodies do that? I'm gonna put my hands away. It's more of a pressing and moving situation. And what she's speaking to is that you have to find the ways that feel good. Listen, if you're a lesbian with a vulva and you are curious about scissoring and you thought, oh, people say that's not a real thing, try it if you want to, especially if you have somebody in your life that you trust, right? Like somebody that you sleep with. You might like it, you might not.
I have never had sex with a man.
Ooh. Who is a gold star? Okay, hold on. So we got some double negatives. I have never had sex with a man. So strongly disagree means that I have had sex with a man. Strongly agree is I have never had sex with a man. Okay, so we have 3 who've never had sex with a man, 4 who have. That makes sense too.
Gold stars.
We
Okay.
got gold stars.
I hope they address this idea of gold star.
The whole thing with gold stars, I feel it's not great. I disagree with the whole thing of gold star lesbians being better than everyone else.
It's all connected, right? Like slut shaming, biphobia, transphobia, like all of that is mixed in this gold star pot in some way. The idea that you are somehow less than if you have had sex with a man but now identify as a lesbian. So there's like the sexism piece, there's the slut shaming piece, there's also the biphobia piece, right? Because bi women in theory sleep with men, women, any gender. To some, that makes them less queer or like them less gay. And then there's also the underlying assumption when somebody says, I've never slept with a man, therefore I'm a gold star lesbian, what they're really saying is I've never slept with someone with a penis. So there's like a sprinkle of transphobia as well. It's all to do with penises. Why are we giving that thing so much power?
I dated men through college. I still don't consider myself like full on the Kinsey scale or whatever, fully lesbian. I'm still attracted to men, but I was super Christian. And so I just was not doing sexy things at all, which is a bummer. I like wish I would have had sex with men. It's gone now, ring on the finger, I'm moving forward.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a perspective you don't hear a lot. Someone who's attracted to men in some way, but with a woman in a long-term relationship, or like knows that they're only ever gonna sleep with women, thinking, oh, I wish I would have tried it. That's interesting. We often hear it the other way around, right? Like bi women in relationship with men wanting to explore their sexuality or like wanting to have experiences with women. I haven't heard the other side. That's neat.
Gay men are more privileged than lesbians.
Ooh, in some ways yes, in some ways no. Financially, yes, because men just make more money than women. So 2 men in a relationship are going to be more financially successful generally than 2 women in a relationship. I'm also trying to think like out in public, who would face more stigma? 2 men out together being affectionate are at risk of violence because of just like straight up homophobia. And then 2 women who would be out together, they face potential violence, but it's less like we we hate you because you're gay, and it's more like, let me show you what you're missing. It's all homophobic, obviously, but I don't know that I could say, or that I would want to say, that one is more privileged than the other. Let's see what these folks think. Oh, we are all over the map here.
A lot of people refer to me or other women in my life as like, it's a phase. Oh, you'll get over it, it's a phase. But like, I don't really see that happening with men. If they're gay or whatever, everyone's like, they're gay, which I think is a privilege.
It is like, in a way, a privilege because you're already established. I'm a gay man. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've been with my partner, by my own parents. Oh, how's your friend doing? You seen us holding hands. What do you mean, how's my friend doing? You know I don't do this with my friends.
The amount of times I've like visibly kissed my partner on the lips in public and then had somebody come up to me like, you're really close with your sister.
Oh, sister.
And I'm like, excuse me?
Oh my God.
That I got for the first time recently out with my partner. Someone assumed she was my sister. We look nothing alike. Like, we look nothing alike. That was interesting. I didn't think that would be one that I would get. And I was like, no, we're actually gonna get married, actually.
I've known people where it's like, oh, I'll tell my kids about lesbians, but not gay men. Like they can't see that because for a lot of men, they fetishize lesbians in a way, so it's more approachable for them. Gay men, they're like, oh no, like, you know, like the F slur, all that stuff, like very aggressive towards them. So I feel as if it is easier to come out as a lesbian to some people based on society's like fetishizers and stuff.
It's a double-edged sword, right? There's two sides to both of these coins. Coming out as a gay man, yes, it's more readily believed and validated, for better or for worse. Coming out as a queer woman, while it's often questioned or not believed or disrespected, it also seems generally easier to swallow for a lot of people. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I want to see the data. Have people studied this?
I'm Mexican, and my dad, we would like go to rent movies, and one time he got Brokeback Mountain without knowing what it was about. He was like, oh yeah, sometimes two men fall in love. And then when I came out to him, it was like the most disgusting thing to him. For my culture and my experience, it's a little bit different. A man not being present is kind of just fed into like the machismo in my culture, so that's why I would strongly agree.
Lesbianism has always been not only fetishized but romanticized. People get to cherry pick what part of queer culture they want. Cis women kissing each other at parties and, oh, that's so cool, that's so ha 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 quirky. In a sense of hate and hate crime, you're a lot more to take a double take at two men holding hands than you are at two women holding hands. Because are they besties or are they a couple?
Exactly. This is where I think I would be right down the middle on that one. I think I would have been standing on the white line. Like that one person said, different sexualities are also going to be accepted or not accepted differently across culture. So really impossible to say. And is it important? Like, who's more privileged? Does that really matter? Or can we all just agree that there are hard pieces to being queer? And I'd rather, instead of talking about who has it worse or who has it better, let's all just like try to make it better for all of us. I have damaged relationships with my loved ones because of my sexuality. Ooh, okay, here we go.
Because of my sexuality.
Lesbians, let's see. Oh, we have some agrees and some disagrees. Oh my god, I keep getting this ad to protect platypus in Australia, and I'm like, why am I getting this? I'm in Canada. I don't even think there are platypus here. And then I realized it's because I have my Surfshark on and I have it set to Australia because I've been watching the Australian Love Island and I just have left it on. So YouTube thinks I'm in Australia, and apparently platypus in Australia are struggling to survive.
I grew up severely Mormon, and my relationship with my father is non-existent because of it, and I am a firm believer it's because he chose the religion over me. The only thing he said was, read this verse in the Bible. There was no conversation or nothing. It still hurts, obviously, because he's still my father, but if he's not gonna love me 100%, don't love me at all. And that's how I see it.
I had kind of a rocky relationship with my dad. He was very angry when I came out, and now he's at a place where he has told me, like, I accept that you're gay and I accept that you're going to be with a woman. He's like, I just had a vision of what your life was going to pan out to be, and you kind of just threw that off. It's just going to take time for him to acclimate. My dad is also like terminally ill, so I rather not carry like anger through the remainder of years that he has left with him, and just kind of like acknowledge that at least he's trying to love me for me.
I feel bad saying, I mean, everyone has such like a heart. Been very blessed. My family's very accepting.
Oh, there's the sun.
But I feel so bad saying that after that. I'm like,
We love that.
What do you mean?
I'm like, I'm gonna stay quiet.
You feel safe around your parents, which is what a lot of people don't have, and hopefully you're gonna carry that onto your kids if he doesn't have any. But hopefully, like, you'll get to share that with other people. So don't feel bad. I mean, it's a good thing. We're happy for you.
No, I know.
Exactly.
I'm like,
It's a blessing.
Yeah, and I love that they're showing this kind of split, that some folks' parents had a really tough reaction and some are still struggling with it. Some have been super accepting, some took a little bit of time, because that's the way that it is right now. And I'm hoping we're moving toward a place where more and more people will be able to say that their parents were totally accepting. We just gotta keep doing stuff like this. Keep showing people what's out there. Queer people can live a happy, beautiful, wonderful life just like any other type of couple. It's interesting even like when you hear parents say that they're struggling because like they imagined one life for their kid and now like their kid's gonna have a different life than they imagined because they've come out. And it's like, it's not that different though. Like me being with a woman, we can still have a long-term relationship. We can still get married. We can still grow our family in whatever way we want to. I would be curious to know what is being lost in terms of the future that you thought your kid was gonna have. I almost feel like it makes more sense to grieve if like you thought your kid was gonna follow in your footsteps and take over the family business and instead they wanna go move to New York and be a writer or something. You know, that's like, oh, your life path has very much shifted from what I was expecting and hoping and dreaming about for you. But like being gay, nothing really changes.
This is a wrap. You all did amazing.
Oh, that's it.
You did so good. Give yourself a round of applause. You did great.
Cute. What did you all think? I enjoyed myself. Bugs enjoyed herself. A huge thank you to my VIP patrons, my vitally important producers. You make my world go round, and you make this content possible. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, because that's where the magic happens. And also, I've been doing more like life stuff over there. Like if you're interested in climbing content, if you're interested in little day-to-day bits, they're living over on Instagram lately. And also, of course, my podcast, my show, Sleeping Around. If you're interested in interviews and conversations with experts in the fields of mental health, sexuality, relationships, I'm really proud of the stuff that we're making over there. All of that will be linked in the description.
And another thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Remember, you can go to betterhelp.com/Elena to get 10% off your first month. And remember that you're likely gonna have to try a few therapists before you find somebody that feels right for you. And BetterHelp makes that easy. So thanks for sponsoring.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. This is one needy kitten today. She will not leave my lap. Hey, sweetheart. It's okay to be needy sometimes. If anybody ever tells you that you're too much, then you say, go find less. Heard that on a podcast.